Yeah, Legion. Engine and body? Alright. Right back.
Test. Can you hear me now? Yeah, you can. Alright, you can hear me now, right? Give me a sign, Ferbs.
Is this better?
Yeah, good. I just had to restart my audio engine. Thanks, though. What did I say? I said holidays are good. I'm very excited. I can count down. I've got like 100 days, I reckon. And I'm just trying to make money. But I've just jumped on GTA is what I was saying. Because my sister was over. I've literally just got in. Cheers, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
12 grand. I have no money. My god. I want to park it before I break it. Actually, I'll change the plate first. No, the colour plate. Although I don't like the plate either. Are you working tomorrow? I want to make sure Spotify's dead. Good. Oh shit, that's missed the green. Oh, weekend off, amazing. Very nice. Now we're gonna get something other than black. I always do red. Maybe I'll do some green. Like a racing green? Nothing. This car's have fucking nothing done to it. I sold a fully upgraded truck. Swapped it for this. Oh my god. Yeah, man. I know it's hard. You need, Oh. Oh. Do two-tone? Yeah, I know, right. I know that feeling. That's fine. That's understandable. Look at the secondary one. I'm gonna try and get, oh no, it's black. It's carbon, that's right. So I can't change it. What's the secondary color then? Oh, it's the brakes. Alright. Garnet red, why not? Yeah, man. Lisa might want to play Sea of Thieves. It's her last. It's gonna be our last opportunity for you know, eternity. So she might be keen. Have an early night tonight, ish. No, it's just gonna be red, isn't it? Can't help it. I don't like it. No, see that looks. Garnet red. Just make it garnet red. We can play Sea of Thieves, I just don't want to get obliterated again. Oh no, what happened last time? No, we had the power outage last time. Oh jeez. I'm sorry. Let's get some of this. Need to deliver these armor vests with banditos, but gunshots. Dusty's around. I think Rex is around, which would make sense if he's not. Yep. Sure. Where's my other car? My garage at home, I guess. Well, let's liberate this. Alright, sure. Excuse me. Oh. Wowee. Oh man, you're on the road. It is here. I was gonna say, tell me the windows are intact. No such luck. I don't even think I've got any shit to sell anymore. I think I've sold off all my inventory of everything. So I can't even make quick money. I have to make slow money. I mean, they might want to buy random amazing items. I have 3 USBs now, which is amazing, which I don't need. I should actually do mining so I can get some copper to make more keys. Well, I was selling keys to Lorenzo, and I don't know how much he's going to be around. Ooh. Oh wait, I need more work clothes. Except that's inventory. Now. To the job center. By the side. There's a gunshot. Oh, hello. It's just... Okay. You went this way. Oh my god, did that guy just come off? That's a shit show. He did. Oh god. Is that a cop? Maybe. Now I heard money's been buffed actually. Someone's telling me. Oh god. Alright, settle down. Fuck. Everyone panic. I assume there's gunshots happening up there. Oh, did I get my wash pan and my pickaxe? No. Of course not. Oh, gee. Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't mind me being an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, amazing. Can a cat actually do bed rest? Is that a thing that cats can do? I don't think it is. Got my bits. And not that. Probably don't need 11, huh? Yeah, true. True. What, so she just gets a room for 3 days? Is that a thing? She's in like isolation. That's what I'm hearing. Oh man. Is that what you do? Is that like... Is that what they tell you to do? You just like lock them away? The game link, it's in the title, 5M, which is a mod for Grand Theft Auto, and there's different servers, and then this is the PMA-RP server, which if you go on to 5M, you'll see the links, and you can follow them and join. I can't believe they tell you just to lock your cat away for 3 days. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I enjoy that your animals have like their own rooms. Like people. How do we clean dirty money? Do we tell them to take it into the ocean? No. Someone might say it.
I'll pay you back when I get paid. I'll pick it up tomorrow. Thanks, bro.
No jumping, no running, no playing. So you just take all that shit away. Like, I will make you rest with boredom. That's like this, the wrong way out. Oh god, a hernia, can you imagine? You haven't taken anything away. How's she not meant to play then? Or is she just meant to behave? How you doing?
What's going on?
That's true. The thing about cats is I'm sure they will create toys where there aren't toys. If they really want something to play with. Keep away from the dog. Yeah, that's a good start, I guess. Although, yeah, I'm sure the dog will be sad. I know, right? That's legit. It's too wet, isn't it? It sounds like someone being stabbed. I bet it's like the stabbing sound effect. It sounds like it's just moist rock. We're really digging into there. Especially when there's two people doing it. It's extra squishy. Oh, that's right. That's right. You know, I never even had a camera for any of my children. I thought this is what they meant by macaroni in the pot. It was this. This right here. No, it's not quite right. Mate, I've got like I think I fit 400 in the truck, then 100 on me, so you only have to hear it 50 times. If there's only 300 in the truck, then only 40. What's your dramatic show though? Oh man, you can do it. And then I only have to wash it And smelt it and sell it. A lot of anger on Twitter tonight. Alright, let's try and get this done before the server restarts. That should be fine. Attempt to break our speech. Oh wait, where's the wash? Is it even down here still? Yes. Oh, I thought I was gonna whip him. Oh, we're good. Ah, it's okay. I just had it right up there. This is so sweet. I'm going to take the back way. Why is my truck only going 37 kilometers an hour? Because I'm on dirt? Surely not. Oh God. Alright. Let's hope this find out, but I swear. Well, maybe it'll get better. Ah, wash stone here and everything. What's this? Wash stone. Wash stone. Well. Let's not wash what we don't have to. The waiters. Majestic. Hawk. Is it an eagle? Hawk? It's too small to be an eagle, surely. No, don't fly away. Oh, there he goes. He's having a hard time. Oh wait, is that his 80 watts? It might be. I had that feeling like when you stand at the... I was looking at the water, when you stand at the beach and watch the... just stare at your feet as the waves go out. I'll be honest, this is feeling very therapeutic after my wait. Here's to hope my truck goes more than 40 kilometers an hour. 40 miles an hour. Gonna hop back in it? We'll see. Oh my god, I missed 10. Idiot. Oh my god, 1,000 followers hit me up. Ashamed. Do I get /ban? I have to actually go type it in Twitch. have vintage. You learn. How much time till the server restarts? I'm worried now. I'm worried I'm gonna get stuck with a truck full of shit. And we press for time. Oh, did I just get myself stuck? Yes, because I'm an idiot. Oh no. Don't do it. Eat a burger instead. Alright. We're good. Alright. Where's that stone? You. Oh, you're not gonna let me pick it up, are you? Oh, yeah. No need. 16. 74. Come on. Split. That's 60. Can I math? No, I can't. I need 18. Ah. No, split. Oh, she's late. Oh wait, is it going to do a batch? Is it going to do... Yeah, this is a problem. So I need to drop 2. No, don't... fuck. Pick it up. See, this... I should have just washed my own stone. I shouldn't have tried to pick this shit up. Just drop 2 of that. Oh, fuck. 10 of that. Can I pick up one of that? It's too complicated for my simple brain. Where did... I thought I got rid of 2 of that. Why not? Holy fucking Leah. Let's go. Alright, fingers crossed the truck's not dead. There we go. Alright, come on. When I was driving down, I was maxing out at 40 k's an hour, so I'm a bit concerned. Oh, thank God. We do have another gear? We have another gear. 15 minutes. Heaps. Sort of. Oh, come on, buddy. No one's on him. I was just want to launch off that ramp. But it's didn't go well. Get away. These are the prime position. I've never done that. What are we getting up with? 10 iron, shit. One random amazing item. Bloody scrap. So let's give away some limestone.
You trying to pull out a gun on me? Hey, homie, this guy in front of me trying to pull out a gun. I'm fearful right now, bro. I ain't got anything to hurt him. Have you got anything, bro?
No, no.
Well, you just tried pulling out a gun on me, so I'm hiding around your vehicle, bro.
Ah, okay. Jesus Christ. Well, what the fuck's this guy doing here? That's the question.
Bro, what's his problem, man?
He's probably more scared of you than you are of him, I think.
Why?
Well, he might think you're trying to rob him. Possibly.
Bro, my truck's literally right there, bro. I don't know. I don't have any weapons or nothing, man. I'm just a normal guy, innit? You know what I mean?
I do.
Oh, well.
Did you take my stone, motherfucker? He did. Let's lock this time. Oh, this vehicle's not mine? Oh, he took the keys. You took the keys, motherfucker. Alright, well... No, I took the keys. I don't understand. Did he take my truck? I don't even know what's happening. You motherfucker. Yeah, so. Let's go get him. Cheeky son of a bitch. Let's take this car. You want to go to a garage, I better go straight to fucking Legion. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. What the ever-living fuck? That guy just stole it's like fuck all time till server restart. What a prick. I'll get him. Later. Thanks for the help, buddy. They're both sketchy as. Alright. Well, good to know. Well, I guess we're not getting up before the server restart. Alright. Let's come back after this restart, maybe just for a little bit. Do I live when I come back? Oh, thank God. Well, that explains why they didn't come revive me. Is there any Lux in the city? 9. much steel do I actually have? They make at least one gun, so I have a gun. For situations like this. Alright, just park it here. That was what I was trying to do, see. God. Yeah. See if that guy's still around Legion. No, wait. So we make a gun. That's what I get for not locking my truck. $12. I actually need like 17. I don't want to make coal. 13, 14, 15. That's going to be 15. What do I need? Gas. 2 and... I guess. Let's go bloody 80 stone. Useless. Just gonna go back. Was it 2 and 7? Do I even have... I do have wood chips, thank God. Quick, what's 287 divided by 7? Oh, come on, man. What's this? 287 divided by 7? Oh, 41. So I've got not enough. 41 gas and all these wood chips. But of course I don't have my truck. Alright. Swing by Legion, see if the guy who robbed me is there. Pick up the truck anyway, down at Legion. Maybe hassle the guy. I doubt he's stuck around. Coal it is. Well, what are you gonna do? Alright, 41 gas, 287 warships. Make some coal, make a gun. Sell the gun? Hopefully. Make a little bit of money. Oh. But of course I got the armor in here. God damn it. Oh, can I? They're heavy. Proper heavy. Please. That. Giddy up. 87. Take an extra. 41 doesn't work. Make 4. Can I have 24? Can I have more? Just because I know I did the maths wrong. Can I have more? We're okay with this. Hopefully that's enough. My paint work. What the fuck? I need my horn in an easier to reach position. Trying to blow myself up this time. Last time I had the track here, I ran into that tanker. Oh. Go, man, go. And what's Ken gonna listen to on his iPod? Because Ken is the kind of man who will have an iPod just for music, just for his podcast, separate to his phone. 'Cause he's old.
Chapter 1 of The Conquest of Bread by Peter Kropotkin. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Conquest of Bread by Peter Kropotkin.
Chapter 1 Our Riches. Part 1. The human race has traveled far since those bygone ages when men used to fashion their rude implements of flint and lived on the precarious spoils of the chase, leaving to their children for their only heritage a shelter beneath the rocks, some poor utensils, and nature, vast, ununderstood, and terrific, with whom they had to fight for their wretched existence. During the agitated times which have elapsed since, and which have lasted for many thousand years, mankind has nevertheless amassed untold treasures. It has cleared the land, dried the marshes, pierced the forests, made roads. It has been building, inventing, observing, reasoning. It has created a complex machinery, wrested her secrets from nature, and finally it has made a servant of steam. And the result is that now the child of the civilized man finds ready, at its birth, to his hand an immense capital accumulated by those who have gone before him. And this capital enables him to acquire, merely by his own labor, combined with the labor of others, riches surpassing the dreams of the Orient, expressed in the fairy tales of the 1001 Nights. The soil is cleared to a great extent, fit for the reception of the best seeds, ready to make a rich return for the skill and labor spent upon it, a return more than sufficient for all the wants of humanity. The methods of cultivation are known. On the wide prairies of America, each 100 men, with the aid of powerful machinery, can produce in a few months enough wheat to maintain 10,000 people for a whole year. And where a man wishes to double his produce, to treble it, to multiply it 100-fold, he makes the soil, gives to each plant the requisite care, and thus obtains enormous returns. While the hunter of old had to scour 50 or 60 square miles to find food for his family, the civilized man supports his household with far less pains and far more certainty on 1,000th part of that space. Climate is no longer an obstacle. When the sun fails, man replaces it by artificial heat, and we see the coming of a time when artificial light also will be used to stimulate vegetation. Meanwhile, by the use of glass and hot water pipes.
What year was this written? Industrial Revolution? Was Kropotkin and Marx temporaries? Kropotkin. 1842 to 1921. 18... Okay, so it's after Marx. Need another 22 coal.
Deep shafts have been sunk in the rocks. Labyrinths of underground galleries have been dug out where coal may be raised or minerals extracted. At the crossings of the highways, great cities have sprung up, and within their borders all the treasures of industry, science, and art have been accumulated. Whole generations that lived and died in misery, oppressed and ill-treated by their masters, and worn out by toil, have handed on this immense inheritance to our century. For thousands of years, millions of men have labored to clear the forests, to drain the marshes, and to open up highways by land and water. Every root of soil we cultivate in Europe has been watered by the sweat of several races of men. Every acre has its story of enforced labor, of intolerable toil, of the people's sufferings. Every mile of railway, every yard of tunnel, has received its share of human blood. The shafts of the mines still bear on their rocky walls the marks made by the pick of the workmen who toiled to excavate them. The space between each prop in the underground galleries might be marked as a miner's grave, and who can tell what each of these graves has cost, in tears, in privations, in unspeakable wretchedness to the family who depended on the scanty wage of the worker cut off in his prime by fire damp, rockfall, or flood. The cities, bound together by railroads and waterways, are organisms which have lived through centuries. Dig beneath them and you find, one above another, the foundations of streets, of houses, of theaters, of public buildings. Search into their history and you will see how the civilization of the town, its industry, its special characteristics, have slowly grown and ripened through the cooperation of generations of its inhabitants before it could become what it is today. And even today, the value of each dwelling, factory, and warehouse, which has been created by the accumulated labor of the millions of workers, now dead and buried, is only maintained by the very presence and labor of legions of the men who now inhabit that special corner of the globe. Each of the atoms composing what we call the wealth of nations owes its value to the fact that it is part of the great whole. What would a London dockyard or a great Paris warehouse be if they were not situated in these great centers of international commerce? What would become of our mines, our factories, our workshops, and our railways without the immense quantities of merchandise transported every day by sea and land? Millions of human beings have labored to create this civilization on which we pride ourselves today. Other millions, scattered through the globe, labor to maintain it. Without them, nothing would be left in 50 years but ruins. There is not even a thought or an invention which is not common property, born of the past and the present. Thousands of inventors, known and unknown.
We have 30 plus 11. We'll have 41 coal, which isn't a good number, but it's okay. I might have more. Maybe. Well, that gives me 18. I forgot the number. 30 plus 11. 30 plus 18, 48. Maybe? Maybe. Maybe I got it right. We'll see. Come on. Well, I still need the gas. Still need 22 gas. Where's my gas? Did I split it? There. Yeah, 18 plus 30. 48. Alright, good. So 48 steel, 48 limestone. Eight. And
Who have died in poverty have cooperated in the invention of each of these machines which embody the genius of man. Thousands of writers, of poets, of scholars have labored to increase knowledge, to dissipate error, and to create that atmosphere of scientific thought without which the marvels of our century could never have appeared. And these thousands of philosophers, of poets, of scholars, of inventors have themselves been supported by the labor of past centuries. They have been upheld and nourished through life, both physically and mentally, by legions of workers and craftsmen of all sorts. They have drawn their motive force from the environment. The genius of a Seguin, a Mayer, a Grove, has certainly done more to launch industry in new directions than all the capitalists in the world. But men of genius are themselves the children of industry as well as of science. Not until thousands of steam engines had been working for years before all eyes, constantly transforming heat into dynamic force, and this force into sound, light, and electricity, could the insight of genius proclaim the mechanical origin and the unity of the physical forces. And if we, children of the 19th century, have at last grasped this idea, if we know now how to apply it, it is again because daily experience has prepared the way. The thinkers of the 18th century saw and declared it, but the idea remained undeveloped, because the 18th century had not grown up like ours, side by side with the steam engine. Imagine the decades that might have passed while we remained in ignorance of this law, which has revolutionized modern industry, had Watt not found at Soho skilled workmen to embody his ideas in metal, bringing all the parts of his engine to perfection, so that steam, pent in a complete mechanism, and rendered more docile than a horse, more manageable than water, became at last the very soul of modern industry. Every machine has had the same history, a long record of sleepless nights and of poverty, of disillusions and of joys, of partial improvements discovered by several generations of nameless workers, who have added to the original invention these little nothings, without which the most fertile idea would remain fruitless. More than that, every new invention is a synthesis, the resultant of innumerable inventions which have preceded it in the vast field of mechanics and industry. Science and industry, knowledge and application, discovery and practical realization leading to new discoveries, cunning of brain and of hand, toil of mind and muscle, all work together. Each discovery, each advance, each increase in the sum of human riches owes its being to the physical and mental travail of the past and the present. By what right, then, can anyone whatever appropriate the least morsel of this immense whole and say, "This is mine, not yours"? Chapter 1, Part 3. It has come about, however, in the course of the ages traversed by the human race, that all that enables man to produce and to increase his power of production has been seized by the few. Sometime, perhaps, we will relate how this came to pass. For the present, let it suffice to state the fact and analyze its consequences. Today the soil, which actually owes its value to the needs of an ever-increasing population, belongs to a minority who prevent the people from cultivating it, or do not allow them to cultivate it according to modern methods. The mines, though they represent the labor of several generations, and derive their sole value from the requirements of the industry of a nation and the density of the population, the mines also belong to the few, and these few restrict the output of coal, or prevent it entirely, if they find more profitable investments for their capital. Machinery, too, has become the exclusive property of the few, and even when a machine incontestably represents the improvements added to the original rough invention by 3 or 4 generations of workers, it nonetheless belongs to a few owners. And if the descendants of the very inventor who constructed the first machine for lace making a century ago were to present themselves today in a lace factory at Ball or Nottingham, and demand their rights, they would be told, "Hands off, this machine is not yours," and they would be shot down if they attempted to take possession of it. The railways, which would be useless as so much old iron without the teeming population of Europe, its industry, its commerce, and its marts, belong to a few shareholders, ignorant perhaps of the whereabouts of the lines of rails which yield them revenues greater than those of medieval kings. And if the children of those who perished by thousands while excavating the railway cuttings and tunnels were to assemble one day, crowding in their rags and hunger, to demand bread from the shareholders, they would be met with bayonets and grape shot to disperse them and safeguard vested interests. In virtue of this monstrous system, the son of the worker, on entering life, finds no field which he may till, no machine which he may tend, no mine in which he may dig, without accepting to leave a great part of what he will produce to a master. He must sell his labor for a scant and uncertain wage. His father and his grandfather have toiled to drain this field, to build this mill, to perfect this machine. They gave to the work the full measure of their strength, and what more could they give? But their heir comes into the world poorer than the lowest savage. If he obtains leave to till the fields, it is on condition of surrendering a quarter of the produce to his master, and another quarter to the government and the middleman. And this tax, levied upon him by the state, the capitalist, the lord of the manor, and the middleman, it is always increasing. It rarely leaves him the power to improve his system of culture. If he turns to industry, he is allowed to work, though not always even that, only on condition that he yield a half or 2/3 of the product to him whom the land recognizes as the owner of the machine. We cry shame on the feudal baron who forbade the peasant to turn a clod of earth unless he surrendered to his lord a fourth of his crop. We call those the barbarous times. But if the forms have changed, the relations have remained the same, and the worker is forced, under the name of free contract, to accept feudal obligations. For, turn where he will, he can find no better conditions. Everything has become private property, and he must accept, or die of hunger. The result of this state of things is that all our production tends in the wrong direction. Enterprise takes no thought for the needs of the community. Its only aim is to increase the gains of the speculator. Hence the constant fluctuations of trade, the periodical industrial crises, each of which throws scores of thousands of workers on the streets. The working people cannot purchase with their wages the wealth which they have produced, and industry seeks foreign markets among the moneyed classes of other nations. In the East, in Africa, everywhere, in Egypt, Tonkin, or the Congo, the European is thus bound to promote the growth of serfdom. And so he does, but soon he finds everywhere similar competitors. All the nations evolve on the same lines, and wars, perpetual wars, break out for the right of precedence in the market. Wars for the possession of the East, wars for the empire of the sea, wars to impose duties on imports and to dictate conditions to neighboring states, wars against those blacks who revolt. The roar of the cannon never ceases in the world. Whole races are massacred. The states of Europe spend 1/3 of their budgets in armaments, and we know how heavily these taxes fall on the workers. Education still remains the privilege of a small minority, for it is idle to talk of education when the workman's child is forced, at the age of 13, to go down into the mine or to help his father on the farm. It is idle to talk of studies to the worker, who comes home in the evening crushed by excessive toil with its brutalizing atmosphere. Society is thus bound to remain divided into two hostile camps, and in such conditions freedom is a vain word. The radical begins by demanding a greater extension of political rights, but he soon sees that the breath of liberty leads to the uplifting of the proletariat, and then he turns round, changes his opinions, and reverts to repressive legislation and government by the sword. A vast array of courts, judges, executioners, policemen, and jailers is needed to uphold these privileges, and this array gives rise in its turn to a whole system of espionage, of false witness, of spies, of threats and corruption. The system under which we live checks in its turn the growth of the social sentiment. We all know that without uprightness, without self-respect, without sympathy and mutual aid, humankind must perish, as perish the few races of animals living by rapine, or the slave-keeping ants. But such ideas are not to the taste of the ruling classes, and they have elaborated a whole system of pseudoscience to teach the contrary. Fine sermons have been preached on the
This
text
is
that
not a
those who
job.
have should share with those who have not.
This is crafting. So yeah, I've been mining. So I got some stuff. So now I'm making some steel. Yeah.
But he who would act out this principle is speedily informed that these beautiful sentiments are all very well in poetry, but not in practice. To lie is to degrade and besmirch oneself, we say, and yet all civilized life becomes one huge lie.
Well,
We accustom ourselves and our children to
you
hypocrisy,
go to a crafting bench.
to the practice of a double-faced morality, and since the brain is ill at ease among lies, we cheat ourselves with
Steel.
sophistry. Hypocrisy and sophistry become
Steel,
the second
plank,
nature
oil,
of a
iron,
civilized
plastic,
man.
and some money.
But a
to make
society
these guns.
cannot live thus.
That's
It
what I'm
must
doing.
return to truth or cease to exist. Thus the consequences which spring from the original act of monopoly spread through the
They're just
whole of
steel at the
social
moment.
life. Under pain of death, human
Yeah.
societies are forced to return to first principles.
Yeah, I did EMS for, I reckon it was at least 3 months when I first came into the city. That was my first job. And I didn't know anything about any other stuff. I was just EMS for a long time. It's only when I stopped being EMS that I found out about all this stuff. I considered going back to EMS actually. I was 1 day off having 2 weeks with no crime, and I was going to clear my record, and then I did dumb. I went to jail. So my 2-week timer has started again to see if I can go clean-ish. Get a clean record anyway. Yep. Oh, thank you. The EMS was good. I was actually trying to get a clean record to go back and do EMS again for a bit. Because it's late. It's like midnight here now. So normally I'm on earlier, and there's usually not a whole heap of EMS. Although there were a few on before. 3 now. Yeah, about the same. Which is not too bad. When I started, it was just Jackie. And then me. But now there's more of a team. It's good. Alright, we got 24. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How long are you out for? Okay. That's not too bad. What is it? Probably... Is it Thursday night? In the U... No, yeah. It's Friday night here. It's gotta be Thursday morning. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay, cool. What did you do? You don't have to tell me. That's fine. But that's not too bad. Being back on Saturday. Ah, you goob. You're EMS. Whoop. That's alright, it's just a slap on the wrist. Yeah. Like, I'm not used to being the dead person. I'm the person doing the undeading. Oh, come on, dude. That was on you. That was on you. Don't come at me. Yeah. exactly. Hmm. So what we got? 36, that's better. You stream sniper. You done. Should sell it. Should I keep the copper or should I sell it? Let's just say that. Will anyone want it is the case. Did I say pin? Ping. Ping. Ping 9. I'll be outside when he does it. I don't know where my underground house is. I don't know if it gives you the right locations. He does know where my house is. Good. Give him a thumbs up. Do I have thumbs up? Oh my god, how many emojis are there? Jesus. That one. Tweet. Oop. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yo, yo, yo.
How you doing, Ken? Here, I'll grab this
good.
100
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah. I'll bring him out by the 100.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Do you know how many I have? I have more than 6,000 limestone in there.
Oh my fucking
Yeah.
goodness.
So if you want more than one truck, you can get more if you want more. Do you want more?
That's insane. I could
Or
possibly
400
bring
enough for now?
another...
400 is pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
isn't it?
400's, yeah. 400's probably pretty good for now.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I often do the same. Just mute it and chuck it. Wait, does it count if it's muted? Is that, or does, oh yeah, it's, very high. I'm using 2 PCs though. So I have a streaming one and, which is doing all the compression. And then I'm thrashing, this computer. So all my graphics are high and I have a mod pack on as well. So I have, is it MVE? Is it Natural Vision involved? I think it is. And LA Roads are the 2 things that I have. I'm still not happy with MVE. So it's just too much. I need to like turn the bloom down and it gets like really oversaturated. But I haven't tweaked it. But yeah, it's good. Do you want 500? Do you want an extra 100?
Yeah, I should be able to carry 100 in my pockets as well.
Is that full? One more 100?
Almost. Yeah, one more 100 would be fine.
Yeah, if you don't have limestone right now, getting it's a pain in the ass. There you go. Let me tweet this person back.
There you go, man. Hey, I got something for you. A little tip.
Oh, oh cheers.
There you go, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Couple
That's great.
balls. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. What did you say, sir?
Whoops. Mirror. Bet. Oh shit, I got a text before and I didn't read it. Get out. Or is this under my house? Is that how it works? Yay. Bobby can't get in. Ah.
¿Qué pasa?
Is that what's happening? I just wait till my vision fades. Do you not just wait till your vision goes funny and you start bleeding? That's usually the indicator for me. It's like when people post screenshots and their battery's at like 3%. I imagine it's the same feeling. You do it right before. I normally just don't notice. You just get anxiety watching that bar drop. See, I'll drink while I remember as well. 1, 2, 3. I guess I'll get 5 out. 400. Fuck 12. It's an oldie but a goodie. I haven't actually tried to take a picture. Should do that. I'm not going to tweet it because I'm not an asshole. But I am going to take a picture. And then just taking photos of the cops. Ah, no. Disagree. I disagree with splitting. Drop. Alright. Well, hopefully someone's coming for it. Alright. Camera. I can't remember what the things were. Now I hear we can... Look at this. This is the best thing more than anything else. Yes. Yes. And then what? Click. 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 Is that... Right click puts it away? Where does it go when I take it? Is it like a gallery? No. I guess I'm not taking photos. How do I take... I can't remember. Someone... Did Chris post the... Was it in announcements? Yeah, Varian posted. I don't remember. Who did it? Was it in announcements?
What? You retarded or something?
Oh yeah. Left mouse button take photo. Up arrow toggle selfie. Right mouse button close cancel. Left mouse button take photo. If you get stuck, reopen the phone, hit the camera, right click. Okay. Alright, so camera. Oh. Limestone King. Huh. But then if I take it, then what do I do? Oh, this guy's not getting fucking 500.
Yo, what's good? You guys selling limestone? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm stuck with my... Forgive me 1 second.
Yeah, it's all good, it's all good.
Fucking... Yeah, we got it. Okay, we're good. Yeah, it's free. Come take some.
Free?
Yeah, man, I thought you were going to bring a truck,
What?
so I pulled out 500, but, you know.
Oh shit.
Do you want
What a
500?
leg. I don't know, I only need like 20, I just need to make some steel.
Nah, take whatever you want. That's fine.
Alright, bet. I'm just gonna fill this random car up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you rude or what?
Just a random stolen vehicle.
Your house?
Yeah, I'm clearing this out. I've got so
really?
much limestone in there. It's ridiculous.
Wait, how much did you pay for the house?
I reckon this one's worth 1.4 million. It was. I reckon.
Bro, how
I
did you do that? Like,
I got it. It was a long time ago.
oh really?
By city standards, I guess. It was a while ago. A little while ago.
Oh
you know.
shit. That's kind of dope, actually.
But yeah.
Do you play a lot? Like, are you?
I'm in the city a
you're in
fair
the
bit.
city?
Yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
No. How about you?
I say I'm pretty active. I mean, I've only been in the city for a couple months or so.
Yeah. Well, obviously you're making steel, so you're around a fair bit.
Yeah.
You know.
I just finally was able to get enough fucking coal. That took
Oh
forever.
yeah. It takes a long time.
Yeah.
Have you made guns before?
No, I have not. It's-
Ah. Well, it's fun. So there you
Yeah.
go. Especially when you make your first one. It's very satisfying.
Really?
Yeah. It just feels good.
Do you
And
know
then you
where I
can
can
sell
get where I can get gun licenses though, so I don't get like it's taken off me?
The guns you make will always get taken off you. If you go get a
Ah,
gun license, you can go to PD and ask for a gun
Yeah.
license. If you don't have a criminal record, though, do you have a criminal record?
I think I might.
Yeah, so you probably just carry one and don't get caught. I'd recommend. It'll get confiscated.
Oh, yeah, okay. I appreciate
yeah.
that. Okay, man, I think I got enough limestone. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Now I have to put it away. God damn it. Because I'm going to be responsible. Okay, but how do I do a fucking photo? Oh, I get it. Ugh, 20. Fucking small fries. Hang on. It's like people don't read. It's just like real life. Well, I'm just gonna get another 100 out. My truck has 300 storage. Well, no, it was 300, now it's 400. It's got the same storage as a Guardian and like a big truck. Which I actually didn't know before I bought it. And I was very pleasantly surprised when I found that was the case. So yeah, I can put 400, you know, manufacturing bits and pieces, and yeah, it's an import. So this one's $50 because it's already in. There's a few around now. I've seen a few. Not heaps, but a few. Also it goes fast, which is nice. I think it's better than a Guardian. I don't love the Guardian. This guy's gonna ping or what? Oh, okay. I think we can take photos with Twitter. We do a photo from messages as well. Oh yeah, photo. Selfie. Perfect. Does it just send it? Alright, I think the album's coming. I think that's the thing that's going. Come on, boys. Get this limestone. God, Twitter's just photos, isn't it?
Hey, girl.
Greetings.
Amazing. Flex your T muscle. And think about slash ping. Your mansion. Didn't just T/yes. No, I think the guy must be the other guy. He just wants the 20. We'll wait for this guy.
I thought we were getting started.
Means of production being the collective work of humanity, the product should be the collective property of the race. Individual appropriation is neither just nor serviceable. All belongs to all. All things are for all men, since all men have need of them, since all men have worked in the measure of their strength to produce them, and since it is not possible to evaluate everyone's part in the production of the world's wealth. All things are for all. Here is an immense stock of tools and implements. Here are all those iron slaves which we call machines, which saw and plane, spin and weave for us, unmaking and remaking, working up raw matter to produce the marvels of our time. But nobody has the right to seize a single one of these machines and say, "This is mine. If you want to use it, you must pay me a tax on each of your products," any more than the feudal lord of medieval times had the right to say to the peasant, "This hill, this meadow belongs to me, and you must pay me a tax on every sheaf of corn you reap, on every rick you build."
Hey, you missed your
All
training
is for
session.
all. If the man and the woman bear their fair share of work, they have a right to their fair share of all that is produced by all, and that share is enough to secure them well-being. No more of such vague formulas as the right to work, or to each the whole result of his labor. What we proclaim is the right to well-being, well-being for all.
End of Chapter 1. Read by members of Audible Anarchist. Chapter 2 of The Conquest of Bread by Peter Kropotkin.
Well, I gave him
This
my
is a
location, so he can
LibriVox
just come and
recording.
nab it.
All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org.
Chapter 2, Well-Being for All, Part 1. Well-being for all is not a dream. It is possible, realizable, owing to all that our ancestors have done to increase our powers of production. We know indeed that the producers, although they constitute hardly 1/3 of the inhabitants of civilized countries, even now produce such quantities of goods that a certain degree of comfort could be brought to every hearth. We know further that if all those who squander today the fruits of others' toil were forced to employ their leisure in useful work, our wealth would increase in proportion to the number of producers and more. Finally, we know that contrary to the theory enunciated by Malthus, the oracle of middle-class economics, the productive powers of the human race increase at a much more rapid ratio than its powers of reproduction. The more thickly men are crowded on the soil, the more rapid is the growth of their wealth-creating power. Thus, although the population of England has only increased from 1844 to 1890 by 62%, its production has grown, to say the least, at double that rate, to wit, by 130%. In France, where the population has grown more slowly, the increase in production is nevertheless very rapid. Notwithstanding the crises through which agriculture is frequently passing, notwithstanding state interference, the blood tax, conscription, and speculative commerce and finance, the production of wheat in France has increased fourfold, and industrial production more than tenfold, in the course of the last 80 years. In the United States, the progress is still more striking. In spite of immigration, or rather precisely because of the influx of surplus European labor, the United States have multiplied their wealth tenfold. However, these figures give yet a very faint idea of what our wealth might become under better conditions. For alongside of the rapid development of our wealth-producing powers, we have an overwhelming increase in the ranks of the idlers and middlemen. Instead of capital gradually concentrating itself in a few hands so that it would only be necessary for the community to dispossess a few millionaires and enter upon its lawful heritage, instead of this socialist forecast proving true, the exact reverse is coming to pass. The swarm of parasites is ever increasing. In France, there are not 10 actual producers to every 30 inhabitants. The whole agricultural wealth of the country is the work of less than 7 millions of men. And in the two great industries, mining and the textile trade, you will find that the workers number less than 2.5 millions. But the exploiters of labor, how many are they? In England, exclusive of Scotland and Ireland, only 1 million workers, men, women, and children, are employed in all the textile trades. Rather more than 500,000 work the mines, rather less than 500,000 till the ground, and the statisticians have to exaggerate all the figures in order to establish a maximum of 8 million producers to 26 million inhabitants. Strictly speaking, the creators of the goods exported from Britain to all the ends of the earth comprise only from 6 to 7 million workers. And what is the sum of the shareholders and middlemen who levy the first fruits of labor from far and near, and heap up unearned gains by thrusting themselves between the producer and the consumer, paying the former not a fifth, nay, not a 20th, of the price they exact from the latter? Nor is this all. Those who withhold capital constantly reduce the output by restraining production. We need not speak of the cartloads of oysters thrown into the sea to prevent a dainty, hitherto reserved for the rich, from becoming a food for the people. We need not speak of the 1,001 luxuries, stuffs, foods, etc., treated after the same fashion as the oysters. It is enough to remember the way in which the production of the most necessary things is limited. Legions of miners are ready and willing to dig out coal every day and send it to those who are shivering with cold. But too often a third or even 2/3 of their number are forbidden to work more than 3 days a week. Because, forsooth, the price of coal must be kept up, thousands of weavers are forbidden to work the looms, though their wives and children go in rags, and though 3/4 of the population of Europe have no clothing worthy the name. Hundreds of blast furnaces, thousands of factories periodically stand idle, others only work half-time, and in every civilized nation there is a permanent population of about 2 million individuals who ask only for work, but to whom work is denied. How gladly would these millions of men set to work to reclaim wastelands, or to transform ill-cultivated land into fertile fields, rich in harvests. A year of well-directed toil would suffice to multiply 5-fold the produce of dry lands in the south of France, which now yield only about 8 bushels of wheat per acre. But these men, who would be happy to become hardy pioneers in so many branches of wealth-producing activity, must stay their hands because the owners of the soil, the mines, and the factories prefer to invest their capital, stolen in the first place from the community, in Turkish or Egyptian bonds or in Patagonian gold mines, and so make Egyptian fellahs, Italian exiles, and Chinese coolies their wage slaves. So much for the direct and deliberate limitation of production, but there is also a limitation indirect and not of set purpose, which consists in spending human toil on objects absolutely useless, or destined only to satisfy the dull vanity of the rich. It is impossible to reckon in figures the extent to which wealth is restricted indirectly, the extent to which energy is squandered that might have served to produce, and above all to prepare the machinery necessary to production. It is enough to cite the immense sums spent by Europe in armaments for the sole purpose of acquiring control of the markets, and so forcing her own commercial standards on neighboring territories and making exploitation easier at home. The millions paid every year to officials of all sorts, whose function is to maintain the rights of minorities, the right, that is, of a few rich men, to manipulate the economic activities of the nation. The millions spent on judges, prisons, policemen, and all the paraphernalia of so-called justice. Spent to no purpose because we know that every alleviation, however slight, of the wretchedness of our great cities is followed by a very considerable diminution of crime. Lastly, the millions spent on propagating pernicious doctrines by means of the press, and news cooked in the interest of this or that party, of this politician, or of that company of exploiters. But over and above this, we must take into account all the labor that goes to sheer waste, in keeping up the stables, the kennels, and the retinue of the rich, for instance.
This might be Giovanni. How you doing?
Oh
Jesus.
shit.
Oh shit.
Is that Ken?
Yeah, how you doing? Giovanni.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah.
Oh,
I assume GB here.
It's
I
all
got,
good.
I got robbed here earlier today, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, low key. He just took stuff out of my truck. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're not supposed to rob you unless they have a reason. If you're working.
Yeah, I know. I was going to help you smell, buddy. Yeah.
You got it on like a mining truck or what?
I've actually got it. I've dumped it out by my house in Mirror Park. I can show you where it is. Because you'll be able to come
Okay.
back and get it. I don't think anyone else will grab it.
Alright, sounds good.
So I can show you when you're finished if you, or you're still smelting at the moment, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got like 300 more.
Yeah, that's cool.
In pandering to the caprices of society and to the depraved tastes of the fashionable mob. In forcing the consumer on the one hand to buy what he does not need, or foisting an inferior article upon him by means of puffery, and in producing on the other hand wares which are absolutely injurious, but profitable to the manufacturer. What is squandered in this manner would be enough to double our real wealth, or so to plenish our mills and factories with machinery that they would soon flood the shops with all that is now lacking to 2/3 of the nation. Under our present system, a full quarter of the producers in every nation are forced to be idle for 3 or 4 months in the year, and the labor for another quarter, if not of the half, has no better results than the amusement of the rich or the exploitation of the public. Thus, if we consider on the one hand the rapidity with which civilized nations augment their powers of production, and on the other hand the limits set to that production, be it directly or indirectly, by existing conditions, one cannot but conclude that an economic system a trifle more enlightened would permit them to heap up in a few years so many useful products that they would be constrained to cry, "Enough! We have enough coal and bread and raiment. Let us rest and consider how best to use our powers, how best to employ our leisure." No, plenty for all is not a dream, though it was a dream indeed in those old days when man, for all his pains, could hardly win a bushel of wheat from an acre of land, and had to fashion by hand all the implements he used in agriculture and industry. Now it is no longer a dream, because man has invented a motor which, with a little iron and a few pounds of coal, gives him the mastery of a creature strong and docile as a horse, and capable of setting the most complicated machinery in motion. But if plenty for all is to become a reality, this immense capital, cities, houses, pastures, arable lands, factories, highways, education, must cease to be regarded as private property for the monopolist to dispose of at his pleasure. This rich endowment, painfully won, builded, fashioned, or invented by our ancestors, must become common property, so that the collective interests of men may gain from it the greatest good for all. There must be expropriation. The well-being of all, the end; expropriation, the means. Part 2. Expropriation, such then, is the problem which history has put before the men of the 20th century. The return to communism in all that ministers to the well-being of man. But this problem cannot be solved by means of legislation. No one imagines that. The poor, no less than the rich, understand that neither the existing governments nor any which might arise out of the possible political changes would be capable of finding a solution. We feel the necessity of a social revolution. Rich and poor alike recognize that this revolution is imminent, that it may break out in a very few years. A great change in thought has been accomplished during the last half of the 19th century, but suppressed as it was by the property classes and denied its natural development, this new spirit must break now its bonds by violence and realize itself in a revolution. Whence comes the revolution, and how will it announce its coming? None can answer these questions. The future is hidden. But those who watch and think do not misinterpret the signs. Workers and exploiters, revolutionists and conservatives, thinkers and men of action all feel that the revolution is at our doors. Well, what are we to do when the thunderbolt has fallen? We have all been studying the dramatic side of revolution so much, and the practical work of revolution so little, that we are apt to see only the stage effects, so to speak, of these great movements. The fight of the first days, the barricades. But this fight, this first skirmish, is soon ended, and it is only after the overthrow of the old constitution that the real work of revolution can be said to begin. Effete and powerless, attacked on all sides, the old rulers are soon swept away by the breath of insurrection. In a few days, the middle-class monarchy of 1848 was no more, and while Louis Philippe was making good his escape in a cab, Paris had already forgotten her citizen king. The government of Thiers disappeared on the 18th of March, 1871 in a few hours, leaving Paris mistress of her destinies. Yet 1848 and 1871 were only insurrections. Before a popular revolution, the masters of the old order disappear with a surprising rapidity. Its upholders fly the country to plot in safety elsewhere and to devise measures for their return. The former government having disappeared, the army, hesitating before the tide of popular opinion, no longer obeys its commanders, who have also prudently decamped.
There was more. Okay,
The troops
Caleb
stand
was
by
thinking
without
about-
interfering or join the rebels. The police, standing at ease, are uncertain whether to belabor the crowd or to cry, "Long live the Commune," while some retired to their quarters to await the pleasure of the new government. Wealthy citizens pack their
He must have a car. Around the corner. But I don't rob honest workers.
trunks and betake themselves to places of safety. The people remain. This is how a revolution is ushered in. In several large towns, the Commune is proclaimed. In the streets wander thousands of men who in the evening crowd into improvised clubs asking, "What shall we do?" and ardently discuss public affairs in which all take an interest. Those who yesterday were most indifferent are perhaps the most zealous. Everywhere there is plenty of goodwill and a keen desire to make victory certain. It is a time of supreme devotion. The people are ready to go forward. All this is splendid, sublime, but still it is not a revolution. Nay, it is only now that the work of the revolutionist begins. Doubtless the thirst for vengeance will be satisfied. The Watrans and the Thomases will pay the penalty of their unpopularity, but that is only an incident of the struggle and not a revolution. Socialist politicians, radicals, neglected geniuses of journalism, stump orators, middle-class citizens, and workmen hurry to the town hall, to the government offices, and take possession of the vacant seats. Some rejoice their hearts with galloon, admire themselves in ministerial mirrors, and study to give orders with an air of importance appropriate to their new position.
Go get rid of this stuff real quick in the dump truck, and then I'll.
Yeah, sounds good.
You know the construction site, right? That's fine.
Oh my god.
They must have a red sash, an embroidered cap, and magisterial gestures to impress their comrades of the office or the workshop. Others bury themselves in official papers, trying with the best of wills to make head or tail of them. They indict laws and issue high-flown worded decrees that nobody takes the trouble to carry out, because the revolution has come. To give themselves an authority which is lacking, they seek the sanction of old forms of government. They take the names of provisional government, Committee of Public Safety, Mayor, Governor of the Town Hall, Commissioner of Public Weal, and whatnot. Elected or acclaimed, they assemble in boards or in communal councils. These bodies include men of 10 or 20 different schools, which, if not exactly private chapels, are at least so many sects which represent as many ways of regarding the scope, the bearing, and the goal of the revolution. Possibilists, collectivists, radicals, Jacobins, Blanquists are thrust together and waste time in wordy warfare. Honest men come into contact with ambitious ones, whose only dream is power and who spurn the crowd whence they sprung. Coming together with diametrically opposed views, they are forced to form arbitrary alliances in order to create majorities that can but last a day. Wrangling, calling each other reactionaries, authoritarians, and rascals, incapable of coming to an understanding on any
I carry. Oh fuck! I got 100 some. I'll have to put it in my belly. And I'm gonna take off like 400 in this fucking truck. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Let's follow this guy around. Oh, okay, we're going back to the mining place? Smelter?
Wow, beautiful coche. I know, that car is so sexy.
I know, baby, I know.
Fucking car.
Yeah, I get it.
Just take him out of his lot.
They just need to move the these across a bit, I think.
Yeah. Or make him spawn somewhere else at least.
Spawn. What is this spawn?
Nice car.
These youths. So much anger.
¿Qué pasa?
All yours.
Damn. $16 left. Can you grab that last 16? I'll put it in one of my other trucks.
Oh my god. This guy's a menace. There you
Let's put it in
go.
this
Yeah.
shoot.
Oh, hang on.
Was it?
I can. Oh. I got it. There you go.
Appreciate it. You have a good one, buddy.
Yeah, you too. I mean, it's probably bedtime. It's 1 a.m. It's far too late for me. Actually, let's park it. There's a garage. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. Sleep time. Not enough.